Sí he visto que han cambiado las niñas desde que van a la escuela. Sí he visto mucho cambio. Ellas están contentas, vienen bien contentas porque dice que siempre antes de empezar hacen oración, van a la misa. Mi niña más pequeña está contenta porque dice que ella aprendió los mandamientos. Son muchas cosas y que a mí me llena mucho de alegría, porque están aprendiendo mucho y están ellas bien. Eso es lo que me hace más feliz a mí, porque ellas están contentas. Y eso es lo que yo quiero para ellas, que ellas siempre estén contentas.
When I see the children arrive in the morning, it reminds me of how important Risen Christ is to those students and to their families. I once saw a father bringing his first grader into the school building, walking him to the door of the classroom, and before he let his child go and start his school day, he just said a little prayer over him, and they made the sign of the cross. And it made me realize that these families are entrusting their children to us. They know that when their children go into that classroom, that teacher in the classroom is going to honor the faith of the child and the family. That teacher is going to honor the culture of the family and that child, and the language of that student that is spoken at home will also be honored. And that's one of the most important things that we do here at Risen Christ. In 2014, Risen Christ began transitioning to a dual immersion educational model, where the students learned 50% of their day in English and 50% of their day in Spanish. And the reason that we do this is because the vast majority of our students are English language learners. They speak Spanish at home. And by taking advantage of their native language here at school and also partnering it with learning in English, we know from the research that this is the best way and the best environment for non-English speakers to be a part of as they go through their formal education. We know that this is the best way to close the achievement gap that exists in our nation and especially here in Minnesota.
Tu mamá ya va a comprar otro.
Claro, va a comprar uno nuevo, ¿verdad?
One of the greatest traditions in the Catholic Church, and in particular the Gospel, is social justice. We see Jesus welcoming the poor, welcoming everyone, the sinner, the isolated, no matter where people are at. This is a principle that is really embedded in the tradition of our school. Our school, because of this population, is really living this principle of human dignity and welcoming to all at its best. We welcome all children, in particular those who are immigrant, who might have been isolated, whose families might feel rejected. We are welcoming here to give them the best of education, not only academically, but also their faith.
I've seen Molly grow a lot. This year she's really hit her stride in math. She's probably one of the biggest growers that I've seen in all of my students in middle school. In our middle school, all of our students each have their own Chromebook that they can use, and my curriculum is on the Chromebook. So we really try to emphasize technology, not only from our curriculum standpoint, but also from a standpoint of that they can really understand how technology can help them in their lives, how do we use technology on a regular basis, and how do they see technology moving forward.
The dedication of the teachers at Risen Christ, that is another just absolutely beautiful thing to witness. Let's face it, nobody is at Risen Christ for fame or fortune. You know, they're not there for the money. They're there strictly for the mission, and they believe in the work they do and empowering these children to go forward, all driven by the mission that they love these children, they love this population, they love the mission, and we want to make sure that they are able to come to a place where they can do more than just teach reading and math and science. This is about the whole child.
Good morning, Jesus, my best friend. I want to thank you once again.
From our student population, 99% come from families who need financial assistance. In fact, 9 of each 10 students come from a low-income family. The fact that Risen Christ is providing this quality of education is a great gift for these families.
Our mission statement at Risen Christ says that we are a financially accessible school of excellence, and we rely on the generosity of many people to make that a reality. The fact is, tuition accounts for less than 10% of our income, so we rely heavily on the generosity of many donors and foundations and businesses and organizations to support our students so that we can continue to provide an education that they would otherwise not have access to.
Los sueños para mis niñas en el futuro son muchos. Lo que más le pido a Dios es que ellas pues se desarrollen bien en la educación, que se preparen, que logren sus metas, sus sueños. Rezamos todos los días, en las mañanas, en las noches. Estamos contentos porque nos gusta siempre hacer todo pensando en Dios, rezándonos y encomendándonos a Dios.